when we talk about the solutions that Congress needs to have moving forward, I just think it's important for us to say that incrementalism is not helpful in this moment. It's not helpful for people to say, oh, well, we got something, so we might as well support it. We got a nickel, we got a dime in $1 trillion bill, so a nickel is more than nothing, so we should support it, is unacceptable. Not in my community. A nickel doesn't help. It's like putting a Band-Aid on an enormous wound. It's not going to help us. And the thing is that I would be amenable to accepting this kind of logic if Congress actually was in session and convening. But if you're going to say, and if we're going to say that this new bill is going to give us $5 and then Congress is going to peace out for another month-long recess, I'm here to say that that's not going to help our communities. And we have to make sure that we demand meaningful change and meaningful assistance for working families. That means $2,000 a month plus $1,000 for your kids recurring. What I can say is that if it matches up with what has been reported, I will not support this bill. Personally, I'm not speaking for a caucus, I'm not speaking for a delegation, I'm not speaking for anybody, but as the person who's representing the most impacted district in the country, my constituents are upset. My constituents were upset about the first package because it is insulting to think that we can pass such a small amount of money in the context of not knowing when Congress is even going to reconvene, and pass such a small amount of money, pat ourselves on the back, and then leave town again.
And please continue to push and advocate for things like rent suspensions, payment suspensions, mortgage suspensions, the guaranteed housing. And everyone, we need to expand our public health care systems, drop the Medicare age to 0. Some people are arguing for mass enrollment in TRICARE. Whatever way we can get this done, let's get it done. Because when there's 10 million people that have just been suspended or just been laid off or furloughed from work, that's 10 million people whose health insurance is now imperiled. And there is no reason why you getting laid off from work should be the animating basis for you not being able to see a doctor. Healthcare is a human right. Us is that this is only a rich society for a very small amount of people, and it is a brutal, barbarian society for the vast majority of working class Americans, because 40% of us couldn't even afford a $400 emergency before this thing started. This is more than a $400 emergency. And we're really going to have to step up and completely change our approach to our public systems.